Here's a synthesis practice example where we're starting from cyclohexanol and we're asked to produce this epoxide as a target. As we take a look at our product, we want to notice that we have an additional carbon present that is not present in the starting material, which means in this case that we need to make a new carbon-carbon bond, and this suggests the use of an organometallic. Now, if we think about the very last step, since we're making an epoxide, there's really only one good way to make epoxides, which is using a peroxy acid. Starting from an alkene. So the alkene that we want to make is going to be this exocyclic alkene where the carbon, the new carbon here, would simply be here. So let's think about how we might make that molecule. We're starting with an alcohol. We can imagine turning that alcohol either into a nucleophile or an electrophile. Now, if we want to make this alkene, we want to think about what it came from as well. And we can make alkenes from alcohols. We can make them from also from alkyl halides. And we know that if we're using an organometallic, a frequent product is an alcohol. So if we think about what alcohol would give exclusively this alkene on dehydration with, say, sulfuric acid, the best choice would be the primary terminal alcohol where the OH is on that new carbon. If we started with the alcohol group on the tertiary carbon, we would likely form the more highly substituted alkene as the main product, which wouldn't give us the alkene that we wanted. So if we're going to make this alcohol, then we want for that carbon, the marked carbon, to be the electrophilic carbon. So if that's the one that's going to end up with the oxygen, it's best for it to be the carbonyl. And we'd want to add its alone as the only new carbon, since we're only adding one new carbon. So that means we'll want this molecule formaldehyde and H3O+. Now we'd need to start with an organometallic, like, for example, cyclohexyl lithium. To make that compound from the alcohol, what we'd need to do would be to first make the alkyl halide. So let's say we use HCl to produce cyclohexyl chloride, and then we add lithium metal to produce the organolithium. Now, as an alternative, we could certainly have used the Grignard reagent just as easily, and either one of those would work just as well.